Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas. Hello, I'm Billy Coppin, the Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy. And I'm Denise.
And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
I still don't have that theme song, Jason. I'm sorry. It's coming one day.
Oh no, we can do without it.
I've been talking to a couple of Grammy artists on Suno. You know, they've been a couple of award winners on Suno.
Yeah,
pretty good. So, hey, welcome in. Look at that. There's the camera. I had us off for a reason. So there you go, man.
All right.
Good to see you, brother.
Good
You
to
doing all
see
right?
you. Wonderful.
I realized, like, I call you different things, Jason. Have you noticed this? Like, sometimes I'll say, hey, Pastor. Other times I'll say, hey, Jason. Here lately, it's like the flow is Brother Bay.
That's good. That's fine.
Are you all right with Brother Bay?
I'm fine with that. Brothers in Christ. Amen.
That's right, man. There's a guy that I always talk to, and he always calls everybody brother, but he'll be like, brother. He says it real, brother Rob, brother this, and it just, I mean, it hits you pretty deep.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So he's got a good flow to him. He's a really nice guy. What have you been up to, man? It feels like we've had I was just talking pre-show, you know, that it feels like our foot's been on the gas pedal.
Yeah, we really have. There's been a lot going on. We're hitting the ground running with the new year. We're finishing up one series, starting another series. We got upward basketball going strong about halfway through the season. And usually Dale Enderlin, he is our commissioner of our upwards basketball. And usually I get the worst team, but this year we're undefeated so far. So
all right,
we have a chance for an undefeated season.
Hey,
if we keep winning.
man, that's great. You know, I feel bad. I'm on staff here. I need to get up here on
it's
Saturday
fun. It's a lot of
sometime.
fun. We practice on Wednesday nights. So last night was our practice. So it's a late night and early morning for me on Wednesdays and Thursdays. But we have a good time. We got a good little team, and I've gotten to meet their parents, and it's a lot of fun. And then we play on Saturdays, so right up here. So
You know, it's something that's neat. You think about when Huntsville unfortunately lost the YMCA. There's no other real basketball league. I mean, the city runs a smaller league, I believe, but nothing like what happens here. And it's been a blessing for many years.
My kids have loved basketball growing up, and they've played in several different leagues. They've played in league here, and there wasn't a city league at the time. I don't know if there is now for children, but there's not enough gyms in the area to have a city league going. So we took the kids over to Bryan and College Station, let them play in their leagues. But the Upward League is a teaching league, so it helps kids of all levels, and it's not so much like what I've noticed is when we go to the other leagues and it's just basically set up like traditional basketball, what happens is they just kind of go around like a herd. They're all following the ball or just round, and then they just go from back and forth, never getting a shot up because there's so many steals that takes place. Just grab the ball from this kid and he runs this way, and then he grabs the ball from this kid and runs this way. But Upwards has some pretty good rules to teach kids how to play, and it makes them play man-to-man defense. And on the little kids, like pre-K and kindergarten, they don't allow steals, so the kids actually have a chance to get up the court and shoot the ball. So it's a lot of fun, and we've been doing it here I've been here 10 years. We've done it every year since I was here, and they've done it long before me. So it's been a tradition here in Huntsville for First Baptist to do Upwards basketball program. So
no slam dunks?
No slam dunks.
Could you ever touch the rim, Jason?
Yes, I could touch the rim, but never dunk it. What about you?
No, I could never. That movie? There's that movie with Woody Harrelson.
yeah.
Wesley
White man
Snipes.
can't jump.
Yeah, I cannot jump, man. It's one of my favorite movies back in the day. But
yeah, no, I can't jump either. And my son, he's 6'3". He's an inch taller than me, and he could touch the rim and get his hand over, but he couldn't really dunk either. So
I was like that short from the rim.
I think it's bad when you can't jump very high.
I want to get like the Monday night thing rolling again.
Yeah,
it was an idea I had, and I did it for a couple of months, and then I've got to figure out how to like navigate the work-life family balance thing, because it's not easy. We were talking about that before we came on too, and I've learned to say no to a lot of things, especially this year. I just told you again before that an opportunity came up and I had to say no to it because I value the time that I get to spend in the evenings with Bridget and the children, and I want to be there. I mean, that was the whole point of us moving back, and we work hard up here and work hard on other projects, and so usually 5:30, like I'm done, and sometimes my phone will ring if it's somebody needing something. I'll answer it, but a lot of times. I got, getting text messages at 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, that doesn't, my phone goes on silent now. Yeah. But it's something that it's good to be out moving around, and you'll like this story. I haven't told you this one. I always like to save a few things for you.
All right, good.
So when I was just in high school, and I was working for a computer company. I'll never forget, there's this kid named Buck Bigley.
Buck Bigley.
He's kind of
got a good name.
Sounds like a radio guy. Coming at you live, it's Buck Bigley. Although he wasn't. He was a big time computer nerd, but he was like a cool computer nerd guy, right? He wasn't a guy you'd look at and be like, this guy's a nerd. You'd be like, man, I want to hang out with this guy. But then once you get to know him, like, man, he's a nerd. Have you ever been? It's kind of cool though.
Yeah.
Well, Buck Bigley, turns out, Jason, he was big into basketball. No pun intended. And we started a league that was never incorporated called the Central Texas Basketball League. And here was the slogan. You'll love this. You've got to be there ballin'. That was the slogan. And the schools back then were pretty relaxed on being able to give information. And I was a junior and senior in high school those 2 years, and so we'd set up tables. He didn't even go. He was older than me a couple of years. He was already out of school. But he would come to the school too, and we'd pass out flyers for CTBA.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Well, it never turned into an actual league, but what we did is we ran tournaments. And the way that it worked was, we'd have teams, and we'd have a first, second, and third place. And we would tell people, hey, it's high school, basically 16 years old up to, like 21. We had a pretty good age group in there. And we didn't divide it up into ages or anything. It was just 16 to 21, get your team together and come play. And the first turn, and we even had refs. We got people in the community that knew how to ref, that volunteered to come do it. And that first tournament we ran, we ended up having 14 teams show up. And it was just 3-on-3, but we were running 3-on-3 half court, and then there was even a time where we had enough where we did 5-on-5 full court. But I'll never forget, we ran this first prize was like $1,000. We had entry fees. First place was $1,000. Someone told me, well, you need to quit doing all this because you're going to get in trouble with the IRS. You know, y'all are bringing in money and I was like, I didn't care. You know, it's cash, but no one had. Everybody had cash back then, so we weren't making money. We were just doing it to have fun.
Right.
Well, we had to change the rules after one of the tournaments that we ran because all these really tall kids showed up. Turns out they were like all former high school superstars.
Yep.
A couple of them played in college. And they won, and they dominated everyone. And they were within the age, Jason. These kids were like 19, 20, out of high school, playing college ball. Now, we're not talking, you know, UT or anything like that, obviously. Here's the deal, though. We went to give them their money, and they said, we can't accept this. Because they were in college. They weren't allowed to accept the money.
Yeah. Well, I have run into something very similar because we did a church league here. Years ago, so when I first started here, we had a group of guys here and we started church league, and so we played with some other churches. But it inevitably happens that people start recruiting people, you know what I'm saying? And then it goes from church league to basically G League, you know? and
it's the Gatorade League.
Yeah. So it loses a lot of its fun whenever it's not just ordinary guys just playing, because then you're just a spectator pretty much. But I think what would be great over here, the way we started ours was we just set up a little tournament for 1-day tournament on a Saturday up here. And then we just got everybody to sign up like 3 or 4 weeks in advance. And then you could practice leading up to that tournament. You had your little church team, they had their church team, and then you just had a little tournament up here on a Saturday, and that was kind of the start of what became the church league, where we play other churches. But it all started with just one Saturday tournament. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun doing it, and it is great exercise. But you really have to either make it age like 40 up or something like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, or you have to be able to say, you know, just use church members or something like that, where you don't get people recruiting, you know, college players and stuff like that. We had one that we recruited, and his nickname was Roo, because he could just jump over everybody. Yeah, he could dunk and everything. It was awesome.
Oh, man.
The whole strategy was get it to Roo.
It always starts with just a few guys, and you're right. It expands. We did it at 2 other churches in Georgetown. And one of the churches had an outdoor court. It was a really cool little setup. And so we had lights on it and everything. And it started out with just maybe 10 of us from the church. We started a basketball small group. That was it. We always had a devotional, a prayer, then we played basketball. And it was always important we did that first to set the mind, to give these guys the right mindset of like, hey, we're here to serve the Lord, man. You know, we're not requiring that you have a relationship with Jesus. We just want to tell you about him.
Right.
And people started coming, and some guys did come to know the Lord through that small group, and they started coming to church, and it was great. But you're right, man. All of a sudden, and it seems like it's always the same guys. Before long, you know, it's you bring in this guy, hey, can I bring in my buddy? Yeah, well, then his buddy knows 20 buddies. And then it's the same guys that dominate the town in basketball. And it got out of hand. And
what happened to ours.
We had 20 Karl Malones that were showing up with, you know, busted ribs from the elbow jabbing.
That's what I'm saying. It was a church league, and then all of a sudden it became a prison league.
Yeah, that's what happened. So reminds me that movie, The Longest Yard, or whatever, with Adam Sandler. Was that movie? I forget which one. It wasn't The Longest Yard, was it? It was the one with Adam.
No. You're talking about
Michael Irvin was in it.
Yeah. I forgot the name of that movie. What is it? Maybe it might have been The Longest Yard remake, but I'm not sure.
Let's see. I'm gonna look this up because it was The Longest. Okay, The Longest
remake.
Yard. Yeah, man. And you know, Burt Reynolds was in that movie, and can you believe that he's gone? It just don't seem real that Burt Reynolds. He passed away years ago too. Just seems weird, man.
I know it.
So, well, hey, welcome, man. We are rocking and rolling. 4:45, and we're alive this morning, Jason. 4:45 and alive here on Good Morning Huntsville. It is our 445th episode as we continue promoting and celebrating the good. Big thank you to Elliot Herzlich from Elliot's Jewelers Online. Today, I will release a little bit later today. This is our Heart for CASA campaign that we had started last year. Raised almost $2,000 for CASA, and we are doing it again this year. And Jason, check this out, man. This comes with Elliott Jeweler calendar. That's just a promotional item. But here's where the good stuff starts.
All right.
Some Versace cologne. No,
Oh, wow.
no, just kidding. I don't even know what all he has in here. Let me open this up real quick. Oh, a jewelry cleaning kit. I mean, this is well over $20 value. He's also included some chocolates in here for the love of your life. A little chocolate.
Yeah.
What is this thing? Man, hold on.
Candle.
Oh, I can smell that one, Jay. You a candle? You like the smell of? That's a pretty good smell.
It is.
Good candle here. This right here, $85 value. You know, Versace candle. It's Italian, but here's where the cool stuff starts. Even comes with a Valentine's Day card.
See, this is all you need.
This is it. This guys, this
Got to get it this week.
Now. Here is
Next week. Next week.
Wow, look at this. A couple of coupons in here for roses.
Boy,
already included. You can take this over to Hartfield Florist.
Oh, Hartfield, yes.
Yeah, it's a value of a $20 red rose bud vase.
I love it.
So, red rose bud vase.
Man, that's nice.
So there you go. You'll get that. This is all included in here, by the way. Now here's the big daddy. All right, Jason, let's see what we got in this one. I'm not supposed to open these, I don't think, but here we go. This includes some jewelry. All right.
Here we go.
This ain't your grandma's jewelry, from what I've been told.
Let's see it.
What I mean by that's not costume jewelry. There are different earrings and different. You never know what you're going to get in these. Last year, some of them were necklaces. Some of them had a diamond pendant. There's all different things. But these are some beautiful little earrings in here, valued at $75.
Wow.
And so Elliott has put these all together, and they could be valued anywhere from $150 to $300. It's kind of a surprise what's in here. We're not going to go through every one and say, hey, pick out what you want. But there are different pieces of jewelry. It's kind of a little surprise bag for your special darling this Valentine's Day.
Really nice.
Here's the really cool thing about this. A suggested donation of only $40 will get you all of this. And every dime that we raise will go to our friends at CASA.
Wonderful.
And we've got quite a few of these to I don't want to say give away because we're not giving away. We have quite a few of these to donate away. And last year, you guys in Huntsville helped us raise, like I said, nearly $2,000 from this campaign. And we want to do that again this year. And that's a big thank you to our good friend Elliott Herzlich. So we will have this up on our website a little bit later today. And you will be able to start those donations. Last year we did it. It was like a $25 suggested donation, but we felt the value was a little bit higher. And so we wanted to make sure this year that we're able to not only – we don't want to take advantage of that giveaway, first of all. I mean, it's an awesome